Hello, friends, viewers, and trolls who's gonna be blocked. Today is March 6, 2019, and the topic is the evil and the theory on evil. So, for you who don't know me, my name is Krunoslav Baraba, and I live in Rijeka, Croatia, and I'm targeted individual. I also happen to have this little ability called sixth sense. Basically, I can sense danger on a distance and sense people quite a bit as well. So, abilities like that always put you on a list of targeting. But what was my topic of interest for a very long time is understanding the metaphysical evil and the way how it's operate and feels, if you like. And I I got quite intrigued when I figured out that narcissists of both kinds, the higher narcissist and the lower type, also known as borderline narcissists, and especially psychopaths, are the people who are essentially the agents of the metaphysical evil. And in this video, I really need to thank I'm very bad with names. Uh, Richard, a psychologist from Liverpool, who is doing Spartan Coach. We are not in the contact. I'm just a big fan of his. And another author, also very interesting, diagnosed with some doctors, I think, as a narcissist, with some others as a pure psychopath. Sam Vanikin or something like it, from Israel, now living in Macedonia, Skopje, Makedonce. So link's gonna be there, and these guys are really very valuable to go through their materials, especially Richard. And they gave me an input which I didn't have, and then all pieces came together because you can have intuitive contact with something and understand principles, but when somebody from the inside explains you how that set that matrix is operating, that was the final puzzle. And yes, I will start talking about it. Now, first of all, the evil, and the link about the big picture is down there. It's 1 hour video. It maybe not be that interesting, but it's very informative. Okay, the time and energy you put in that video and what you get out of it, you're gonna be in a plus, that's for sure. As you can see, my budget, it is as it is. So the evil, in my understanding, is self-conscious entity. It's multidimensional. It's very powerful. It's super intelligent, of course, especially comparing to us. And it stretches through the many dimensions of existence. The thing with the evil is, um, it doesn't really see itself as a evil. It simply needs to feed itself, and it's not the source of the energy. It's not a god, but it likes to show itself, impose itself as a god, because gaslighting is the modus operandi, and that evil, in order to sustain itself, needs to feed on us. And I'm not gonna go into spiritual background. It's already in the link underneath. So how it's gonna operate? Our planet is what we know as reptilian farm, and reptiles as entities are nothing less than demons, which in this dimension simply manifest themselves into reptilian form. And they have allies here. One of the allies, as I talked before, are the Illuminati, people who are mind controlled from the birth, and who are used in different positions of power, and not only of power in population, about 2% of them. But I'm gonna now focus on one mechanism which I figured out later on. Um, First, I'm gonna start with a couple of questions, and my old viewers know this drill. Question number one: did it ever happen to you that you've been debating with something persistent and very negative in your head, and you've been pushing that idea, but that idea was coming again aggressively as a when you have a prick boss who's full of himself, narcissist, and it's like imposing, and I don't want to do that. That's a shitty idea. I would never do such a thing, and blah blah blah. But it was consistent. However, because you've been consistent as well, because you're soul and moral, you managed to push that out of your head. Did you have it? Because in my life, everybody answered on that question yes. Okay. So my sub question is: are you sure that that was you? So why is that important? Now imagine this. This is like basic psychology. And not necessarily what I agree with completely, but it holds water. This is Freud. Freud explained that there is superego, which is moralist and judging. Then there is ego, moderator, you. And then there is id, subconscious desires and impulses. And you need to negotiate between those elements. Okay? Now that ego, superego, the imposing moralist, imagine for the sake of the argument, and this is happening, this Sam, Israeli guy, psychopath, he explained that. I think I'll put this video as well when they're talking about psychopathy, 17 minutes about psychopathy documentary, must watch, very good project. He said that the mind of a psychopath is like like a ghost house full of different impulses and voices. And he also said something about that judgmental voice, like a thought inside of himself, which is urging him to dominate other people, to hurt other people. And mentioned something like, I will destroy that much of your energy to take that little, right? And etc. So one thing about psychopaths and narcissists, because they're soulless, they constantly need fuel. This is H.G. Tudor. He's master narcissist. He made several great books. I read only one because Kindle blocked me from some reason. So he's using term fuel. What's going on with these people? They constantly need to harass and push buttons of other people, to provoke them, to dominate them, to feed on their energy. Because that inner voice, which is over demanding, is the only voice they have. Now, can you imagine that in this society, you live with people, and percentage is very interesting, that you live with the people who don't really have that good voice, that inner self, who will negotiate with these impulses, and who will negotiate and push away this demanding, let's say, superego, or it can also pretend to be the voice of the superego, the metaphysical ego. As I say, it's entity, it's self-conscious, and it's intelligent, and it's totally existing. Okay, same as we exist, you viewer and me, and this phone, and this 100-year-old tapestry, it exists as well. So just imagine, just stay, because this was like a really big news for me, because then I understood everything aligned, like, if you are somebody who was exposed many years and decades to the narcissistic personality disorder, as one or both parents, or a relationship, then you do understand me, why I kind of feel excited, and why this thing is very real for me. And I know it's very real for many of you guys there as well. So this is what are we playing with, and it's not a joke. You see, now when I see where this world is going, you know, when we're talking about the feminists, the social justice warriors, the people who are the new Ku Klux Klan and the new Nazi party of the 21st century, we are basically talking about narcissistic personality disorder and about psychopathy. Because one of the ways these guys gonna play with is, of course, with moralizing, with judgment, and if you don't succumb to their idea of the reality, they immediately get angry. They can easily get physical, and if they're weak to do it, then they go with the other means. They're gonna go, I'm a victim, and then they're gonna start smearing you and backstabbing you and destroy you that way. This is exactly how narcissists and psychopaths operate. Okay, and some Sam Vanikin said something like, "We are taking over the gene pool," because they played with other statistics than I had. Richard mentioned that number of psychopaths in the society could be anywhere between 2 and 10%, which is shocking, absolutely, because I was sure this was like 5%. That others might be borderlines, and he played with a number of 30% of students in the United States to be diagnosed with narcissism, and that is very fucked up news. But more I observe the behavior of people around me. I don't live in the United States. I live in Croatia. However, you know, everything first happens in states and then keeps on rolling. It hits rest of the Western world and middle world where I'm from as well, because I happen to be like living in the center of Europe. But uh, it's easier to put me in the category of Eastern European because I have a Russian accent. Okay, good. So uh, yeah, I think I just gonna stop here. My lessons are not really prepared, so I'm not gonna waste more of your time. But this is simply something I wanna share with you. A third link gonna be my theory on how to deal with the metaphysical evil in the sense of pulses, energetic pulses done on a global scale. So I do have a solution, but it might be not recognized for a very long time. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like if you like, don't like if you don't like, leave your comment. I'm not really big into communicating via YouTube, and trusting issues are something what goes together with the territory if you are you know hit by the narcissism. Okay, take care.